மதிப்பிற்குரிய சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்களே, பேராசிரியர்கள், ஆய்வாளர்கள் மற்றும் அன்பிற்குரிய மாணவர்களே, அனைவருக்கும் எங்கள் இனிய வணக்கங்கள். மனித சிந்தனையை போன்றே கற்றுக்கொண்டு வளர்ந்து வரும் செயற்கை நுண்ணறிவு என்கிற AI இன்று உலகின் பல துறைகளில் பெரும் மாற்றத்தை உருவாக்கி வருகிறது. அதே சமயம் அதன் வளர்ச்சியுடன் சேர்ந்த தரவு பாதுகாப்பு, நெறிமுறை, வேலை வாய்ப்புகள் போன்ற பல முக்கிய சவால்களை சிந்தித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கும் இத்தருணத்தில் இந்த சொற்பொழிவு ஒரு முக்கிய நிகழ்வாக அமைகிறது. பல்கலைக்கழகத்திற்கும் ஜோஹோ கார்ப்பரேஷனுக்கும் இடையேயான ஒரு புரிந்துணர்வு ஒப்பந்தத்தின் தொடர்ச்சியாக இந்த நிகழ்வில் நம்முடன் இணைந்திருக்கும் புதுச்சேரி அரசின் மாண்புமிகு உள்துறை அமைச்சர் திரு நமச்சிவாயம் அவர்கள், காலாப்பட்டு தொகுதியின் மாண்புமிகு சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர் திரு PML கல்யாணசுந்தரம் அவர்கள், இன்றைய விழாவிற்கு சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக வருகை தந்திருக்கும் பத்மஸ்ரீ முனைவர் திரு ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பு அவர்களையும் இந்த நிகழ்விற்கு வரவேற்பதில் புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகம் பெருமைப்படுகிறது.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the special lecture on the evolution of artificial intelligence and its challenges. Today's program also marks the start of a new partnership between Pondicherry University and the Zoho Corporation through an MOU for research collaboration in material science and energy, which holds great promise for the future of the students present here. We begin today's special lecture with the Tamiltai Vaalthu, followed by the university anthem. I request everyone to please rise.
வாழ்வினில் செம்மையை செய்பவள் நீயே, மாண்புகளீயே, என் தமிழ் தாயே, வீழ்வாரை வீழாது காப்பவள் நீயே, வீரனின் வீரமும் வெற்றியும் நீயே, தாழ்ந்திடு நிலையிலே உனை விடுப்பேனோ, தமிழ் என்னும் நாளும் தலை குனிவேனோ, சூழ்ந்தின்பம் நல்கிடும் பைந்தமிழந்தாய், தோன்றுடல் நீ உயிர் நான் மறப்பேனோ, செந்தமிழே உயிரை தருந்தேனே, செயலினை மூச்சினை உனக்களித்தேனே, நைந்தாயனில் நைந்து போகுமென் வாழ்வு, நன்னிலை உனக்கெனில் எனக்கும் தானே, முந்திய நாள் அறிவுமில்லாது மொய்த்தனன் மனிதராம் புதுப்புனல் மீது செந்தாமரை காடு உத்தது போல செழித்த என் தமிழே, ஒளியே வாழி, செழித்த என் தமிழே, ஒளியே வாழி, செழித்த என் தமிழே, ஒளியே வாழி.
தமசோமா ஜோதிர்கமய விபரமை புதுவை புதுவை புதுமையே போற்றுவோம், புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகமே உனை வாழ்த்துவோம், வங்க கடலலை தாளாட்டும் ஞான சூரியன் உதிக்கும் இடம்,
இது எங்கள் புதுநெறி காட்டும் உலகம், என்னாலும் அறிவு தேடல் தொடரும், அறிவொற்றை பொழியும் ஆசிரியர் அதில் தினமும் நனையும் மாணவர்கள்,
புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகம் தனி சோலை அகில தோற்றும் தனிச்சாலை, மனித மனதே என்று முயல புனித சேவை தொடருதே, கனக்கழகம் என்றும் வளர்ந்திட நாம் வழிபடுவோம், கல்வி சேவைகள் யாவும் காலம் தொடர்ந்திட நாடும் வேண்டிடுவோம், புதுவை புதுவை புதுமையே போற்றுவோம்.
புதுவை பல்கலைக்கழகமே
Thank you, everyone. I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu, to formally welcome the gathering.
Very good morning, all of you. Good afternoon, all of you. It's my pleasure and privilege to be here with this August gathering and the distinguished guests here. Honorable Home Minister of Education, Sri Namashivayam, Member of Legislative Assembly, Kalapet, Sri PML Kalyan Sundaramji. And it's my great pleasure and privilege to extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sridhar Vembu, the visionary founder of Zoho Corporation, who has graciously joined us today to share his insights on the evolution of artificial intelligence and its challenges. My distinguished colleagues sitting on the audience, directors here on the dais, and students, invited guests, media, and other invitees. It's my pleasure and privilege that Dr. Vembu is not only a globally respected technologist, entrepreneurist, but also a thoughtful leader who has consistently demonstrated how technology can be developed with purpose, ethics, and societal responsibility. Under his leadership, Zoho has grown from a startup into a globally recognized technology company serving millions of users across the world. What makes Dr. Sridhar Vembu's journey particularly inspiring is his belief that innovation does not have to be confined to a major metropolitan centers. His initiative to build technology ecosystem in rural India has shown the world that a talent is universal, even if opportunity is not. Through his efforts, he has demonstrated how technology companies can contribute to inclusive growth and national building. Today, we gather here, artificial intelligence is transforming the world at an unprecedented pace. From healthcare to and education to agriculture, finance, and governance, AI is rapidly reshaping how society functions and how economies grow. However, with great technological power also comes significant responsibilities and also the challenges. The evolution of AI raises many important questions. How do we ensure that AI serves humanity ethically and responsibly? How do we balance innovation with concerns about privacy, security, and employment? How can developing nations like India harnesses AI for inclusive and sustainable development? And how can universities prepare students to thrive in an AI driven future? These are complex questions that require vision, wisdom, and experience. And there are a few leaders better positions to guide us on these, none other than Dr. Vembu. Beyond his achievements in business and technology, Dr. Vembu is widely admired for his deep reflection on education, rural development, and technological self reliance. His philosophy resonates strongly with the aspirations of the modern India that seeks to combine innovation with social responsibility. For our students and young researchers, today interaction will be particularly valuable. Listening to someone who has built world-class technology platform while remaining deeply committed to the social development is both inspiring and also the enlightening. Universities play a crucial role in shaping the future of technology. Our responsibility is not only to produce skilled graduates, but also to nurture ethical innovators, thoughtful leaders, and responsible citizens who can use technology to solve the real societal challenges. In this context, conversations on artificial intelligence are extremely important. AI should not merely be seen as a technological revolution, it is also a philosophical, ethical, and societal transformation. We are therefore truly honored to have Dr. Sridhar Vembu with us, today to share his thoughtful on this important topic. On behalf of the entire university community, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Dr. Vembu, for taking the time to be with us and for inspiring our students and faculty with your vision and the experience. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our distinguished speaker, Dr. Sridhar Vembuganti. Vembu, we look forward to your insights, address the evolution of the artificial intelligence and its challenges. Sir, very briefly, our university has a 14 schools and 44 departments, and we have off campuses also in the with the university. In different campuses are there we have, and also we have the community colleges to cater the needs of the local people and also to make the skill oriented programs to the students. With this few background, let me once again welcome the distinguished guests on the dais to welcoming you, sir, for the Pondicherry University for future collaboration and also thoughtful talk that you are going to deliver. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words of welcome and for setting the context for today's deliberations by highlighting the transformative power of artificial intelligence. As a token of our respect, we would like to honor our esteemed guests for their gracious presence today. May I request our Vice Chancellor to kindly felicitate the Honorable Home Minister, Government of Puducherry, Shri A. Namachivayam.
உள்துறை அமைச்சர் திரு நமசிவாயம் அவர்களே ஒரு சில வார்த்தைகள் கூறி இந்த நிகழ்வை சிறப்பிக்குமாறு பணிவுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். With due respect, may I now humbly request the Honorable Home Minister, Government of Puducherry, Shri A. Namashivaya, to grace this occasion with his special address.
இந்த அருமையானதொரு தருணத்திலே நம்மோடு கலந்து கொண்டு நம்மை எல்லாம் பெருமைப்படுத்தியிருக்கின்ற மரியாதைக்குரிய ஜோகோ கார்ப்பரேஷனுடைய நிறுவன தலைவர், சீஃப் சயின்டிஸ்ட், மரியாதைக்குரிய ஐயா டாக்டர் ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பு அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்வை தலைமையேற்று நடத்தி கொண்டிருக்கின்ற இந்த பல்கலைக்கழகத்தினுடைய வைஸ் சான்சலர் ப்ரொஃபசர் பி பிரகாஷ் பாபு அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்விலே கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்ற இந்த தொகுதியுடைய சட்டமன்ற உறுப்பினர் அன்பிற்குரிய சகோதரர் கல்யாண சுந்தரம் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்விலே நம்மோடு கலந்து கொண்டு நமக்கு சிறப்பான முறையிலே நமக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு சிறப்பான ஒரு நல்ல தொடக்கத்தை இங்கே துவங்க இருக்கின்ற அன்பிற்குரிய சகோதரி பிருந்தா ராமசுப்பிரமணியம் அவர்களே, மரியாதைக்குரிய டைரக்டர் தரணிகரசு அவர்களே, மரியாதைக்குரிய டைரக்டர் நடராஜன் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்வில் நம்மோடு கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்ற எங்களுடைய அன்பிற்குரிய சகோதரர் ஆனந்தன் ஐயாச்சாமி அவர்களே, என்னுடைய அன்பிற்கும் பாசத்திற்கும் உரிய வழக்கறிஞர் உதயகுமார் அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்விலே கலந்திருக்கின்ற மரியாதைக்குரிய நம்ம புதுச்சேரி டீம் உறுப்பினர்களே, அன்பிற்குரிய இந்த பல்கலைக்கழகத்தினுடைய பேராசிரியர்களே, மாணவர்களே, மாணவிகளே, உங்கள் அத்தனை பேருக்கும் என்னுடைய முதற்கண் வணக்கத்தை நான் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்வதிலே பெரும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். இன்றைக்கு இந்த நிகழ்விலே நம்மோடு கலந்திருக்கின்ற மரியாதைக்குரிய ஐயா ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பு அவர்களுக்கு என் சார்பாக, உங்கள் சார்பாக மனமார்ந்த நன்றியை நாங்கள் இந்த நேரத்திலே தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கின்றோம். ஏன்னு சொன்னா, இன்னைக்கு ஐயாவை பார்க்கறதுக்கு நிறைய பேர் இன்னைக்கு அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் கேட்டு அவங்களுடைய அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் கிடைக்காத ஒரு சூழல்ல நம்முடைய பாண்டிச்சேரியின் மீது ஒரு அன்பும் பற்றும் பரிவும் கொண்டு, நீங்க தென்காட்சியை மட்டும் உங்க ஊரா பார்க்காதீங்க, புதுச்சேரியும் ஒரு ஊரா ஒரு கண்ணா நீங்க பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்னு அவங்களிடத்துல நாம ரெக்வஸ்ட் வச்ச நேரத்துல, கோரிக்கை வச்ச நேரத்துல அதை ஏற்றுக்கொண்டு சற்று ஏறக்குறைய 2-3 மாதங்களுக்கு முன்பாக புதுச்சேரிக்கு வருகை தந்து ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய கூட்டத்துல ஒரு உத்தரவாதத்தை கொடுத்துட்டு போனாங்க. என்ன உத்தரவாதம் கொடுத்தாங்கன்னு சொன்னா, புதுச்சேரியில ஜோகோ நிறுவனம் நிச்சயமாக கொண்டு வரப்படும் என்ற அந்த உத்தரவாதத்தை கொடுத்தார்கள். அந்த உத்தரவாதத்திற்கு இன்றைக்கு ஒரு அடிக்கல் நாட்டு விழாவாக இந்த விழாவை இன்றைக்கு நம்மோடு கலந்து கொண்டு நம்முடைய பல்கலைக்கழகத்தோடு ஒரு புரிந்துணர்வு ஒப்பந்தம் இன்றைக்கு போடப்பட்டு அதன் மூலமாக பல்வேறு ஆராய்ச்சிகளை மேற்கொண்டு இன்றைக்கு புதுவை மாநிலத்துடைய வளர்ச்சிக்கு அது உதவுகின்ற வகையிலே நம்முடைய ஊரிலே புதுவை மாநிலத்திலே படிக்கின்ற அல்லது படித்து முடித்து வெளிவருகின்ற அந்த பிள்ளைகளுக்குரிய வேலை வாய்ப்பை இங்கே உருவாக்கி கொடுக்க வேண்டும் என்ற அந்த உயர்ந்த நோக்கத்தோடு இங்கே நம்மோடு கலந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். எனவேதான் அவருக்கு நாம் ஆரம்பத்திலே அவர்களுக்கு அந்த நன்றியை நாங்கள் சொல்லிக் கொண்டோம். ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு நிறைய இடத்துல உங்களுக்கு நல்லா தெரியும். இன்னைக்கு நம்முடைய விஞ்ஞானம் இன்றைக்கு மாறிக்கொண்டே இருக்குது. நாளுக்கு நாள் பல்வேறு முன்னேற்றங்கள் இன்றைக்கு கண்டுபிடிப்புகள், புதிய புதிய கண்டுபிடிப்புகள் இன்றைக்கு உலக நாடுகளை எல்லாம் இன்றைக்கு ஆட்டி படைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. இப்ப புதுசா பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னைக்கு ஆர்டிபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய அந்த புதிய நிகழ்வானது இன்றைக்கு உலநாடு முழுவதும் இன்றைக்கு நிகழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. அப்படிப்பட்ட சூழலிலே அப்படி ஒரு புதிய டெக்னாலஜி நம்முடைய சமுதாயத்தில் ஊடுருவுகின்ற பொழுது அது நம்முடைய சமுதாயத்தில் எத்தகைய தாக்கத்தை உருவாக்கும். அதாவது ஒரு கண்டுபிடிப்பு என்பது வேறு, அந்த கண்டுபிடிப்பின் மூலமாக நாடு வளர்ச்சி அடைவது என்பது வேறு. ஆனால் அந்த நாடு வளர்ச்சி அடைகின்ற அதே நேரத்தில் நம்முடைய இளைஞர்களுக்கு எந்தவித பாதிப்புகளும் பின்விளைவுகளும் ஏற்படுத்திவிடக் கூடாது என்பதிலே மரியாதைக்குரிய ஐயா ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பையா அவர்கள் அதிலே மிக கவனமாக இன்றைக்கு இருந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். அதை பற்றி தினம் தினம் இன்றைக்கு சிந்தித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். நாம் இதை போன்ற ஏஐ போன்ற தொழில்நுட்பங்கள் நம்முடைய சமுதாயத்திற்கு, இளைய சமுதாயத்திற்கு, நம்முடைய பிள்ளைகளுக்கு எங்கே வேலை வாய்ப்பு பறிபோகி விடுமோ என்ற ஒரு அச்சம், உணர்வு அவரிடத்திலே இன்றைக்கு இருந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. அதனுடைய சிந்தனை தான், அதனுடைய சிந்தனையுடைய வெளிப்பாடுதான் இன்றைக்கு அதன் மூலமாக நம்முடைய பிள்ளைகளுக்கு புதிதான வேலை வாய்ப்பை உருவாக்கக்கூடிய என்னென்ன திட்டங்களை, கண்டுபிடிப்புகளை நாம் கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியும். ஏஐ தொழில்நுட்பம் நம்முடைய சமுதாயத்தில் ஊடுருவினாலும் கூட அவற்றையெல்லாம் தாண்டி நம்முடைய பிள்ளைகளுக்கு எதிர்காலத்திலே வேலை வாய்ப்பு இழக்க முடியாத ஒரு சூழலை உருவாக்க வேண்டும். அப்படிப்பட்ட சூழ்நிலை தான் இன்றைக்கு நானோ டெக்னாலஜி என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய அந்த டெக்னாலஜியின் மூலமாக, அந்த முன்னெடுப்பின் மூலமாக இன்றைக்கு நம்முடைய புதுவை மாநிலத்தில் மரியாதைக்குரிய சகோதரி பிருந்தா அவர்கள், டாக்டர் பிருந்தா அவர்கள் இன்றைக்கு பல்வேறு விதமான ஆராய்ச்சிகளை மேற்கொண்டு அதிலே டாக்டரேட் பட்டம் பெற்று மிக சிறப்பான முறையில் அதற்கான மனித சக்தி நம்முடைய புதுவை மாநிலத்தில் இருக்கிறது என்பதை அவர்கள் கண்டறிந்திருக்கின்றார்கள். அவர்களுக்கு இந்த நேரத்தில் எங்களுடைய மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகளையும் பாராட்டுகளையும் நாங்கள் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்ள கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கின்றோம். ஏன்னா நம்முடைய பிள்ளைகள் அந்த அளவுக்கு டேலண்ட் உள்ளவங்களா இருக்கிறாங்க, பாண்டிச்சேரியில் அதற்கான பொட்டன்ஷியல் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு அவங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கிறாங்க. ஏன்னா நமக்கே தெரியல, நம்முடைய திறமையும் நம்முடைய வலிமையும் நமக்கு தெரியல, அவங்க கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்காங்க. நாம் அந்த திறமைக்கு நாம் நிச்சயமாக தலைவங்கியாக வேண்டும். அப்படிப்பட்ட திறமையானவர்களை நாம் நம்முடைய சமுதாயத்தில் கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியும். அவர்களுக்கு கொடுக்கின்ற முக்கியத்துவத்தின் மூலமாக, அவர்களை பயன்படுத்திக் கொள்வதன் மூலமாக இந்த சமுதாயம் மென்மேலும் வளர்ச்சி அடைய முடியும். நம்முடைய பிள்ளைகள் சொன்னா நாம் எப்பொழுதும் ஒவ்வொரு டிரான்ஸ்பர்மேஷன் நடக்கின்ற பொழுது அதற்கு ஏற்றாற்போல் நம்முடைய சிந்தனையும் நம்முடைய மாற்றங்களும் நம்முடைய எண்ணத்தில் வரவில்லை என்று சொன்னால் இந்த டெக்னாலஜி நாம் நிச்சயமாக நம்முடைய நாடும் நாமும் பின்னோக்கி போகக்கூடிய சூழல் தான் இன்றைக்கு ஏற்படும். எனவே அந்தந்த சூழ்நிலைக்கு ஏற்ப, அந்தந்த காலகட்டங்களுக்கு ஏற்ப மாற்றங்கள் மாறிக்கொண்டேதான் இருக்கும். மாற்றம் ஒன்றுதான் மாறாதது. அந்த மாற்றத்திற்கு ஏற்ப நம்மை நாம் தயார்படுத்திக் கொள்ள வேண்டும். அந்த மாற்றத்திற்கு நம்மை தயார்படுத்திக் கொண்டு அதற்கேற்றவாறு நம்மை அந்த கால சூழலுக்கு ஏற்ப நம்மை மாற்றிக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். உதாரணத்துக்கு நாம பார்த்தோம்னா, பனிக்காலம் குளிர்காலம் வந்ததுன்னா நம்ம சொட்டர் போடுறோம். ஏன் நம்ம சொட்டர் போடாத இருக்க முடியாதா? ஏன்னா அதை நம்முடைய உடம்பு ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளாது. அப்போ அந்த சொட்டர் போட்டு நம்ம உடம்பை நாம் பாதுகாத்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். அப்போ இதை போன்ற ஒரு சவால்கள் நமக்கு இருக்கின்ற பொழுது அந்த சவால்களை நாம் எப்படி எதிர்கொள்ள போகின்றோம்? என்னென்ன சவால்கள் நமக்கு முன்னால் இருக்கின்றது? அந்த சவால்களை எதிர்கொள்வதற்கான நம்முடைய யுக்திகள் என்ன? அதை எப்படி நாம் எதிர்கொள்ள போகின்றோம்? இப்படி நாம் சிந்தித்து செயல்பட வேண்டியது இன்றைக்கு நமக்கு கட்டாயமாக இருந்து கொண்டிருக்கு. ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு போட்டி நிறைஞ்ச உலகம், ஒரு பரபரப்பான உலகம். இப்படி போட்டி நிறைந்த ஒரு பரபரப்பான இந்த உலகத்தில் வாழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்ற நாம் நம்மை பற்றியும், நம்முடைய நாட்டை பற்றியும், நம்முடைய சமுதாயத்தை பற்றியும் சிந்திக்க வேண்டியது நம்முடைய இந்தியனாக பிறந்த ஒவ்வொருவருடைய கடமையாக இன்றைக்கு இருந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. அதனால்தான் மரியாதைக்குரிய ஐயா ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பு அவர்கள் இன்றைக்கு நம்முடைய புதுவை மாநிலத்தில் இன்றைக்கு ஜோகோ நிறுவனத்தை நிறுவுவதன் மூலமாக இங்கு இருக்கின்ற நம்முடைய பிள்ளைகளுக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்பை உருவாக்கி கொடுக்க முடியும். ஏன்னா அவருடைய ஸ்பெஷலே என்னன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, நகரத்தை தேடி எப்போதும் ஜோகோ நிறுவனம் வர்றதில்ல. இன்றைக்கு கிராமத்தை தேடி, இன்னைக்கு காந்தியடிகள் சொல்லுகின்ற பொழுது சொல்வார்கள், என்றைக்கு கிராமங்கள் மேம்படுகின்றதோ, என்றைக்கு கிராமங்கள் வளர்ச்சி அடைகின்றதோ, அன்றைக்குத்தான் நம்முடைய நாடு வளர்ச்சி அடைந்ததாக நாம் எடுத்துக்கொள்ள முடியும். கிராமமும் நகரமும் சரிசமமான வளர்ச்சியை அடைய வேண்டும். அப்பொழுதுதான் நம்முடைய நாடு ஒட்டுமொத்த வளர்ச்சி அடைந்ததாக நாம் எடுத்துக்கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்று காந்தியடிகள் அவர்கள் சொல்லியிருக்கின்றார். அப்படிப்பட்ட சூழல் தான் இன்றைக்கு தென்காசி என்ற பகுதியிலே இருக்கின்ற அந்த கிராமத்தை தேர்ந்தெடுத்து, அங்கிருக்கின்ற சுற்றுப்பட்டிலே இருக்கின்ற அந்த இளைஞர்களை தேர்ந்தெடுத்து, யாரெல்லாம் எந்த அளவிலே அவருடைய டேலண்ட்ஸ், நான் நிறைய இடத்துல எல்லா கூட்டத்திலும் சொல்லுவது உண்டு, இறைவன் நம்ம யாரையும் தகுதி இல்லாதவங்களா படைக்கல. ஒவ்வொருவருக்கும் ஒரு தனித்திறமை இறைவன் நமக்கு கொடுத்திருக்கிறார். அந்த தனித்திறமை என்ன என்பதை நாம் உணர்ந்து அந்த திறமையிலே நம்மளை வளர்த்து கொண்டால் நிச்சயமாக இந்த சமுதாயத்தில் நம்மால் ஒரு தலை சிறந்தவர்களாக, உலகம் போற்றுவர்களாக, இந்த மக்கள் பேசுவர்களாக நம்மால் உருவாக முடியும். அதுல மாறுபட்ட கருத்து இல்லை. அந்த டேலண்ட்ஸ் தான் மரியாதைக்குரிய ஸ்ரீதர் ஐயா அவர்கள் இன்றைக்கு கிராமப்புறத்தில் இருக்கின்ற இளைஞர்களை கண்டறிந்து அவருக்கு உரிய பயிற்சி அளித்து அதன் மூலமாக அவர்கள் வாழ்விலே இன்றைக்கு ஒளியேற்றி கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்கள். லட்சம் குடும்பங்களை இன்றைக்கு ஒளியேற்றி கொண்டிருக்கின்றார். நான் நேரடியாக சென்று நான் சந்தித்தேன், நான் பார்த்தேன், அவருடைய நிறுவனங்களை பார்த்தேன், நான் ஆச்சரியப்பட்டு போனேன். ஏனென்றால் எந்தவித பாகுபாடும் இல்லை, எந்த யுகமும் இல்லை. இன்னைக்கு ஜோகோ கார்பரேஷன் நிறுவனர், இன்னைக்கு அவர்கிட்ட இருந்து யாரோ பெரிய பெரிய அதாவது உலக நாடுல இருக்கின்ற தலைவர் எல்லாம் கூட அவர்கிட்ட அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் கேட்கிற சூழல் இருக்குது. அப்படிப்பட்ட சூழல்ல தன்னுடைய கம்பெனியில வேலை செய்யற ஒரு இன்ஜினியர் கூட சராசரியாக உட்கார்ந்து பேசுகின்ற, சராசரியாக அவரோடு உணவருந்துகின்ற, உன்னம் மேலே சொல்ல போடும் என்று சொன்னால் இன்றைக்கு அவரை பேரை சொல்லி கூப்பிடுற அளவுக்கு இன்றைக்கு அந்த நிறுவனத்திலே பணியாற்றுகின்ற அந்த இன்ஜினியர்கள், பொறியாளர்கள் இருக்கிறார் என்று சொன்னால் எந்த அளவிற்கு மரியாதைக்குரிய ஐயா அவர்கள் அந்த திறமைக்கு மதிப்பளிக்கின்றார் என்பதை நாம் இங்கே சுற்றி பார்க்க வேண்டி இருக்கின்றது. ஓகே, எளிமையாக ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா இருக்காங்க. சாப்பாடு கூட வேணும், தயிர் சாதம், சைவ சாதம் தான், சைவ சாப்பாடு தான், ஒரு எண்ணி சாப்பாடு கூட கிடையாது. சும்மா சிம்பிளா அவங்களோட உட்காந்து சர்வசாதாரணமா உட்காந்து சாப்பிட்டுட்டு ஜாலியா பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. எல்லாருமே அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு இதெல்லாம். நீ 15 ஜோகோ ஸ்கூல்ஸ் இன்னைக்கு பல விதத்துல இன்னைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா காலேஜ் போக முடியாதவங்க, படிக்க முடியாதவங்களுக்கு தனியா, 12th இருந்து டிராப் அவுட் ஆன ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு தனியா இன்றைக்கு அவர்களுக்கு ட்ரெயின் பண்ணி 2 வருஷம் கோர்ஸ் பண்ணி அவர்களை இந்த ஃபீல்டுல எப்படி ஐடி துறையில அவர்களை முன்னேற்றுவது. அது மட்டும் இல்ல, இன்னைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா யாரெல்லாம் இன்னைக்கு கல்லூரி முடித்து விட்டு வேலை இல்லாமல் இருக்கின்றார்களோ அவர்களை பயிற்சி அளித்து அவரை எப்படி இந்த சமுதாயத்திற்கு பயனுள்ளவராக ஆக்குவது. அது மட்டும் இல்ல, இன்னைக்கு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இன்னைக்கு யாரெல்லாம் இன்றைக்கு கல்லூரியிலே படித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கின்றார்களோ அவர்களுக்கு ட்ரைனிங் கொடுத்து அவர்களை எப்படி இந்த சமுதாயத்தில் பயனுள்ளதாக ஆக்குவது. இன்றைக்கு சமுதாயத்திற்கு பயனுள்ளதாக ஆக்குவதோடு மட்டுமல்லாமல் அவர்களுடைய பொருளாதாரத்தை மேம்படுத்துவதற்கு என்ன வழி, அவருடைய குடும்பத்துடைய சூழலை மேம்படுத்துவதற்கு, அவருடைய பொருளாதாரத்தை மேம்படுத்துவதற்கு, இதன் மூலமாக இந்த நாட்டுடைய பொருளாதாரத்தை நாம் எப்படி மேம்படுத்த முடியும். ஒரு தேசபக்தனாக, இந்த நாட்டினுடைய தேசபக்தனாக இந்த நாடு நல்லா இருக்கு, நம்முடைய இந்திய நாடு நல்லா இருக்க வேண்டும், உலக நாடுகளுக்கெல்லாம் தலை சிறந்த நாடாக நம்முடைய நாட்டை உருவாக்க வேண்டும் என்ற அந்த உன்னத நோக்கத்தோடு இன்றைக்கு தென்காசியிலே இருக்கின்ற அவருடைய பயணம் இன்றைக்கு புதுவையிலும் விரிவடைய இருக்கின்றது. அத்தகைய ஒரு நல்ல நிலையிலே எங்களுடைய கோரிக்கை ஏற்று இங்கே வருகை தந்த எங்களுடைய மரியாதைக்குரிய ஐயா ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பு அவர்களை நாங்கள் காலம் உள்ளவரை உங்களுக்கு நன்றி கடன் பட்டவர்களாக இருப்போம். நாங்கள் காலம் உள்ளவரை உங்களுக்கு நன்றி கடன் பட்டவர்களாக இருப்போம். ஏனென்றால் எங்கள் ஊரிலே அதற்கான ஐடி தொழிற்சாலைகள் கிடையாது. நாங்கள் எல்லாம், எங்களுடைய பிள்ளைகள் எல்லாம் இன்றைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டிலோ அல்லது பெங்களூரிலோ சென்று வேலை செய்யக்கூடிய சூழல் இன்றைக்கு இருக்கின்றது. 10,000க்கும் 15,000க்கும் 20,000க்கும் இன்றைக்கு எங்களுடைய பெண் பிள்ளைகள் தங்களுடைய குடும்பங்களை விட்டு, தங்களுடைய பெற்றோர்களை விட்டு இன்றைக்கு பெங்களூர்ல தங்கி, தமிழ்நாட்டில் தங்கி, சென்னையில தங்கி வேலை செய்கின்ற சூழல் இன்றைக்கு இருக்கின்றது. ஆனால் எங்களுடைய பிள்ளைகளுடைய எண்ணம், எங்களுடைய புதுவை மாநிலத்தில் இருக்கிற பெற்றோருடைய எண்ணம் எல்லாம், எங்களுடைய பிள்ளைகள் எங்கள் ஊரிலே வேலையை பார்க்க வேண்டும், அவர்கள் எங்களுடனே இருக்க வேண்டும், எங்களுக்கு பாதுகாப்பாக இருக்க வேண்டும், எங்களுடைய அரணாக அவர்கள் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்ற ஒரு எண்ணம் புதுவை மாநிலத்தில் இருக்கிற பெற்றோர்கள் மத்தியிலும் எங்களுடைய இளைஞர் மத்தியிலும் இன்றைக்கு இருந்து கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. அத்தகைய கனவை நனவாக்க வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் எங்களுடைய நோக்கம், எங்களுடைய அரசினுடைய நோக்கம். அதற்காகத்தான் இன்றைக்கு மரியாதைக்குரிய ஐயா ஸ்ரீதர் வேம்பு அவர்களை நாங்கள் கேட்டுக்கொள்வதெல்லாம், உங்களுடைய நிறுவனத்தை எங்களுடைய புதுவை மாநிலத்தில் நிறுவுவதன் மூலமாக மேலும் இங்கிருக்கின்ற பிள்ளைகளுக்கு, இங்கிருக்கின்ற இளைஞர்களுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு வேலை வாய்ப்பை உருவாக்கி கொடுப்பதோடு அல்லாமல் அவருடைய பொருளாதாரத்தையும் மேம்படுத்துவதற்கு. இன்றைக்கு நான் ஆரம்பத்திலே சொன்னதை போல, தென்காசி எப்படி உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கண்ணோ, அதை போல புதுவையும் ஒரு கண்ணாக நீங்கள் பாவித்து எங்களுக்கு எப்பொழுதும் நீங்கள் ஆதரவு அளிக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொல்லி, இத்தகைய வருகை தந்தமைக்கு எங்களுடைய மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகளையும் பாராட்டுக்களையும் மீண்டும் சொல்லி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir, for your gracious words. We are grateful for the initiatives that you have taken for the development of Puducherry. We are also grateful for bringing Zoho Corporation for an MOU with Pondicherry University. Thank you, sir, for the efforts you've taken. May I now invite Professor P. Natarajan, Director Culture and Cultural Relations, Pondicherry University, to introduce the chief guest for today's program, Dr. Sridhar Vembu.
வணக்கம். மேடையில் அமர்ந்திருக்கும் சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்களே, மேடையின் எதிரே அமர்ந்திருக்கும் விருந்தினர்களே, பேராசிரியர்களே, புல முதன்மையர்களே மற்றும் என் உயிரினும் மேலான மாணவ நண்பர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய சிறந்தாழ்ந்த வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொண்டு இந்த சிறப்பு விருந்தினரை அறிமுகம் செய்வதில் பெரும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். திண்ணிய நெஞ்சம் வேண்டும், தெளிந்த நல்ல அறிவு வேண்டும், நல்லவை எண்ண வேண்டும், எண்ணிய முடிதல் வேண்டும் என்ற பாரதியின் கூற்றிற்கிணங்க ஒரு நன்மகனை இந்த அவையில் அறிமுகம் செய்வதில் பெரும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றேன். இன்றைய காலகட்டத்தில் எது நியாயமாக தேவைப்படுகிறதோ அதை சிறந்த முறையில் அவர் அளித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார் என்ற விதத்தில் நான் பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறேன். ஒரு கார்ப்பரேட் கலாச்சாரத்தில் நம்முடைய ஹெரிட்டேஜ் குவாலிட்டிஸை பிளெண்ட் பண்ணி கொடுக்கிறாரு. அந்த விதத்துல he is a great corporate leader from I can call it an icon figure in the world corporate scenario. So in that way he is gaining popularity throughout the world, and his firm Soga Corporation is serving more than 150 countries. So Sridhar Vembu is a founder and the primary driving force behind the Soga Corporation, which was established in the year 1996, and it has covered almost 30 years of journey, and they are making a remarkable change in the corporate scenario across the world. That's how Sogo is very popular and dynamic, and it's one of the sustainable corporations in the world, I can say. So they are not merely working for making money. They are working for making humanity. So in that way, this Sogo Corporation is meant for equipping local developments, local talent development. Sir, our university has a lot of talent pools. So it is the right time for us to come to our university and extend our helping hand so as to identify the talent pools and give them an opportunity. They in turn will be a great asset for your corporation as well as our nation also. நம்முடைய உள்துறை அமைச்சர் சொன்னது போல அந்த ரூரல் அர்பன் டிவைட் சொல்லுவாங்க. ரூரல் அர்பன் டிவைட் வந்து it has to be narrowed down. Then only we can see the real growth. So from that perspective, our CEO is also thinking and working for that. So in that way, I'm doubly happy in introducing him for this eminent forum. So the Sogo is known for its rural offices. And again, from my personal side, I'm also one of the beneficiary of his corporation because one of my relative daughter is working there. So in that way, I'm very proud of saying that it is a great opportunity for me to introduce such a great personality before the August audience assembly here. The Zogo Corporation is known for its rural offices initiative and the Zogo University program, which train local talents. So they are very particular in identifying the local talents, which has a lot of potentials. And when they are properly groomed, definitely we will be able to erase the unemployability in our contest. Thereby, Indians will make a mark at the global scenario, and all the countries almost they are in need of Indian talents. So, to that extent, we have a lot of potential. Such potential has been identified by the great leader Vembu sir uh, through his official steps. And as early as 2026, Zogo Corporation value is around $12.5 billion. $12.5 billion business value. Now, a South Indian from Tenkasi, which is again another beautiful place. Every one of you should see. All the students, if possible, you can pay a visit to Tenkasi. Such a wonderful place where we can see a big falls, great falls nearby that called Kutralam. Kutralam Aruvi is a very great place. That is why when we see the great big brains are coming from a very peaceful place. So in that way, he is loving his environment, nature, and Mother Earth, and that's why he wanted to pay back by means of rendering services to the local talents. So in that way, again, I'm very happy to introduce him. And this Chennai founded bootstrapped software as a service. So they have introduced a concept called SaaS, SaaS, software as a service. Not every all service products are all services are called popularly called as a product, but he is calling it as a software as a service. So in that way, by introducing these software products in a proper manner, then we can bring up the human talents. So in that way, his initiatives are very laudable. And India's most valuable privately held companies, known for its profitability and for not having raised the external venture capital. So that is again another big plus point of the company. They have not utilized the venture capital initiative to promote the corporation. Then Zogo's mantra, which attracted me very much, is has always been invest in people and the products. Most of their investment go towards R&D. So when we are making investment on R&D, research and development, definitely it will give payback. It will give very attractive payback, not only in terms of economic perspective, but also in terms of environmental and other social perspective and social and cultural perspective also. So in a holistic dimension, their initiatives are laudable. And again, another catchy word of their corporation is they believe the concept of numbers and metrics only driven approaches destroy creativity and result in soulless product. See, a very beautiful word. So when we are numbers and metric only driven approaches destroy creativity and results in soulless products. So that's why while talking about artificial intelligence, definitely he will be saying that human intelligence cannot be overcome by the artificial intelligence. In a way, artificial intelligence will act as a complementary force in the technology front, and thereby it will sharpen the human intelligence. Thereby, the human intelligence will have always edge over other. And in a nutshell, the Sogo Corporation is a private company with a public vision. So this kind of private company with a public vision, that is very much laudable. We can give a big hand to this very holistic leader. And by means of identifying and running the company in such a way, he made a very deep impression in the corporate scenario. And we used to call impact leadership. Such impact leadership I am seeing in you, sir. So I'm really happy in welcoming you and introducing you to this August forum. And please come over here and deliver your thoughts on artificial intelligence. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir, for that enlightening introduction of our chief guest and the strides taken by Zoho Corporation in contributing to the nation's development. As mentioned by our esteemed speakers on the dais, Dr. Wembu has bootstrapped the largest software product company from India and has shown significant interest in social initiatives focusing on the development of rural India. As mentioned by our Home Minister, we also look forward to the day when Zoho Corporation will have an office in Pondicherry. It is now my honor and privilege to invite our esteemed chief guest, Padma Shri Dr. Sridhar Vembu, to address the gathering on the evolution of artificial intelligence and its challenges. Sir, over to you.
வணக்கம் நமஸ்காரம். How many of you don't understand them? So I'll speak in English. So தமிழ்நாட்டுல இருக்கும்போது தமிழ் பேசுவேன். Okay, so we'll start. First of all, I want to thank our Sri Namaskayam ji for inviting me. He's the one who brought us to his drive and mission. He has come to Tenkasi twice. He saw what we do there, and he's been for the last about a year. He's been visiting us, and I also want to thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Prakash Babu, for doing this MOU. I'll explain this first a little bit. And then you have one of your own former students, Dr. Brinda. She is the immediate cause, Dr. Brinda Ramasubramaniam. So she got her master's here in nanotechnology, and she finished her PhD from National University of Singapore. On normal course, she would be working in some big company like Tesla. In fact, she did get a job offer from Tesla. So fortunately for us, we are able to bring her back home. She's originally from Tirunelveli, but she studied here at Pondicherry University. So it's your own former student here. And I want to tell you that this is the kind of talent is here, right here, in this university in Puducherry, and of course all over India. But today, our challenge is to retain that talent in India, and retain the talent and work on important research and development projects. In fact, Operation Sindoor to the current war that is going on, all of these essentially technology. But AI technology is playing a vital role even in this, okay? And the drone technology. So these battles are not actually fought by human soldiers in the battlefield. These are fought by engineers and scientists in front of computer stations. That's what is going on. So it is research and development is critical for our, not just our prosperity. It is also for our national sovereignty, national security, all of this today. So engineers and scientists are today our freedom fighters, our warriors. So that's important, actually. That is the most important thing that you have to understand. They'll come to this, what we are planning to do in Puducherry right now, and I'll connect it to AI, all of that. First, we are starting a effort here to research into advanced materials, both battery energy storage technologies, sustainability, sodium chemistry. Dr. Brinda is an expert in material science and nanotechnology, and she's bringing a lot of advanced technical know-how. And hers is the type of talent the entire world wants, whether it's Japan or Taiwan or US or Germany, anywhere. It's easy to walk into a big research lab. That's the kind of talent we have to retain here and make the talent productive within our nation to both secure our nation, secure our energy sustainability, energy storage, and in a deep sense, national security. And then I will also talk about carbon fiber technology. We actually have a company in Coimbatore called Epos Advanced Materials, and they are doing carbon fiber based products that is going into many critical products now. But the carbon fiber for it is coming from abroad. And again, Dr. Brinda actually brings technology for how to make the carbon fiber. It's carbon, carbon, but to make it into carbon fiber is not trivial. It's extremely advanced technology, extremely sophisticated technology, and we need the technology because carbon fiber is an absolute wonder material. It's so lightweight and so strong. So it's used in rockets, it's used in missiles, it's used everywhere. It's in drones, all of it. In fact, we have a drone company in Tanjavur and Yali Aerospace that needs the carbon fiber based wings. So we are investing in all of these technologies, drones. You would have heard the news about MRI machines. We launched from Voxel Grids, a Zoho supported company from Bangalore. Then we have Vipas, I mentioned, advanced materials. And then we have Yali. Now Dr. Brinda, they're going to create a company called Linga. Linga is for Linkala. Colum is Linga one of these what we're going to start, and it will have a major center here in Puducherry along with Pondicherry. That is the plan. And it is very good to see the whole Center for Nanoscience Technology here, the Department of Green Energy Technology. This is very critical because today, global warming, climate change is real. We need to figure out alternative energy sources than burning coal and natural gas. CO2 free energy. Solar energy is good, wind energy is good, but how do we store? But storage technology, battery technology is not cheap today. Lithium is not, we don't have a lot of lithium supplies. We're importing a lot. Sodium is everywhere. It's right there in the ocean. Sodium chloride, right? The sodium technology is critical for energy storage and other applications. And she is an expert in how to make sodium chemistry water. And that there is expertise here. We have the labs, students, scientific talent here. So we are going to make a major investment into that here. That's the first. Then I also mentioned carbon fiber. Look at AI. AI is every time you use ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity, any of these, there's a lot of energy being burnt in data centers. And you would have heard news about Google investing in $10 billion in data centers, Microsoft investing in data centers, all of that. The problem is even in the US, all these data centers are consuming a lot of energy, huge amount of energy. So much energy that people are complaining that the electricity bills are going up because the demand has shot up and the electricity companies cannot cope up with the demand. So they're raising price to reduce the demand. And ordinary consumers are complaining about it. This has become a hot political issue. Just last week, there was an announcement. Major AI companies have pledged with President Trump. They will build their own energy. They will not require energy from current power stations so that consumers do not have to pay higher prices. It has become such a political issue even in the US. And so these data centers also, AI data centers require energy storage. Today, that's a storage problem also because we can put solar cheap. In fact, we have solar panels, huge amount of solar, maybe about 300 CFO, 20 megawatts for 25 megawatts of solar we have already near Trichy, and we are going to also start near Cherran Madhavi in Tirunelveli. Already we have 25 megawatts. Most of our energy is powered by solar. But when the sun is not shining, we need energy and we need battery technology. That's where the whole sodium chemistry, all that come in there. China already has a lot of the technology, and I'll tell you something about China. Brinda's very advisor who studied in IIT Madras, Dr. C. Ramnaik, he is now in China. Tsinghua University in China, a major research university, has taken him and they have put him in a very advanced mode there. So China, it is a battle for worldwide R&D battle right now. You can see, right? And luckily we have talent here in Cherry. We can do this, but we have to invest in it. We have to keep the talent here and make sure that all of this will work out. So this is the landscape form. I'll come to AI technology. Today, in December, Anthropic launched a new model called the Claude Opus 4.5, 4.6 now. How many of you have heard of this? Opus 4.5, yeah, most of you know. That is doing software at an incredible, we have seen it also, I've seen it myself. And so much of now code is now, many teams, already people are adopting it. They're reporting that I can do by 1% what a team of engineers would have taken 3 months, maybe in about 1 week. 1% can finish in 1 week what 3 or 4 months would have taken for 4 or 5 engineers. And I'll give you an analogy to this, you'll understand. If you go back to textile industry 150 years ago, and in India even more, recently. Most of the thing were handloom. That is, people were making it with handloom products. We still have some handloom industry. But the machine looms arrived, powerful machines arrived. They could do the work of 10 weavers. Now the airjet latest technology can do this maybe 100, even the weavers in one machine. So software, until the AI arrival, most of the software is hand coded. I always used to say software was a digital cottage industry. Like, looks sophisticated, but what we are doing is we are hand coding the application to the computer. Our individually, I would say we are weaving together code. Just like we are weaving together clothes, weaving clothes, we are weaving code. And about 3-4 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I noticed that the machine looms have started arriving. That's what they are. Very interestingly, we had been working on some technology on that. We were aware that to improve the productivity of this, we implement more powerful looms than hand looms. And 3.5 years ago, the AI ChatGPT arrived. People started using it for code generation. It was not very good. It was not very good. And they kept improving. 3 months ago, it was not very good. Yeah, it was okay. Suddenly in December, major shift. Today, it's already quite good. It's so good, I tell you, we actually gave it a hypothetical new language. It had never seen. We gave it the documents for a new programming language. It had never seen, no training. We gave it a document, some sample code, and asked it to generate code. We are generating nearly flawless. In other words, it's as though, imagine a human test like this. I'm giving you all the material for Russian. And I tell you, study this for 20 minutes, or where to speak Russian. I say, good speaker. That's the level at which these AI systems are able to perform. And they are getting better. So, which means that we are already, just yesterday I wrote about company I said that we must assume that essentially all of the software we have done already will be obsolete maybe in a year or two. I don't know that. We must assume that all of the software is going to be, AI will generate all of this faster and faster and faster. Everything. First, we have to come to terms with reality, right? So this is the technology where it is today. And it is advancing at a rapid rate. Our own goal now, I told you we were working on some technologies related to this. What we are finding is that combining ours with the current AI technology, you can make it even fast. And so if you look at, I'll give you the cell phone analogy. In 95, I was working in Qualcomm. 1990, we were working in Qualcomm. Most of your, about half of your cell phone were Qualcomm chips. The rest of the cell phones actually, the other half might be coming from a company in Taiwan. Used to supply most of the chips in the phone. Qualcomm is about you have a more expensive phone, 100% Chinese. I used to have in Qualcomm. At that time, the cell phone was not yet, was a barely new invention. Digital technology was coming. 95, I remember, the group of universities will say, someday there won't be any landline phone at all. There will only be this wireless phone. It seemed outrageous. At that time, 95. I'm sure none of you have touched a landline phone. And I don't know how many of you even know that landline phone exists. You might have seen it. How many of you have not seen one? A land phone, right? And I think a kid born today will never see a land phone at all. They may see it in a movie, they may see it in the museum. They will not actually see it, right? Landline phones are prescribed. And along with it, those companies only focus on land phones. Companies had to adapt to become a cell phone network company. Some of them adapted, some of them did not adapt. New champions emerged. All of the names you see, brand names you see, those companies did not exist. This AI revolution is going to create a similar dynamic in all of this. So our challenge in Zoho, I've told our engineers, in 20 years, are we going to be one of the ones who made the transition? Or are we going to be the company that did not make it? And none of what we have achieved in the past is. That's what you have to remember. However hard we work, however all the achievements are useless today. We are faced with a new reality. Our honorable minister talked about, simple, I work with engineers. It is a necessity. I have to work with engineers daily. That's why he said it's very difficult to secure an appointment. It is not because of anything that I'm working very hard on these problems. I'm actually fighting for our relevance. I'm fighting for whether we will be in business in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You might think why I'm saying all this. It is a reality. That is how this industry is configured. Technology industry is like that. This is true in material science. For example, these carbon fiber based materials are going to replace a lot of things more and more. If you are only focused on traditional materials, you did not have mastery of this technology, the company may not be around, or they may be paying a huge royalty fees. Just last week there was an article. Audit pays about 11,000 crores per year in royalty acquisition. 11,000 crores per year. There was an article, I don't know how many started. And I'll tell you, spell it out for you. 11,000 crores, done a lot of R&D in our country. We are shipping the money to. Why? Because we did not do the R&D necessary for all of them. Once. And I'll come to again this Japan, even Japan's challenge. About 20 years ago, Elon Musk said all of the cars are going to become electric. At the time, it seemed like an impossible dream. In China this year, majority of the cars sold are electric. China has emerged from nowhere into a global leader. In fact, Chinese companies are threatening Tesla. BYD has just overtaken Tesla as the largest EV company in the world. And even Elon Musk, who foresaw this, is fighting a battle against Chinese. The electric revolution is here. In fact, I'll predict it safely. In 10 years, in our roads, we'll see only electric cars. That's where it's heading. Only electric vehicles. Because it is so good. They are becoming better and better and better. China, it's already true. In fact, I think another safe prediction, in 10 years, most of the cars will come without a steering wheel because they'll drive themselves. The technology is also getting cracked. Today in San Francisco and many cities, they have way more cars that are already taking passengers. In 10 years, they'll be here. So it is not what to foresee. Now, if you knew the electric revolution, if you predicted, he bet on it in a big way. Many other companies did not agree, including many Japanese companies did not agree with us. Toyota did not agree with Elon Musk. Today, of course, Toyota has turned around quickly, but the Chinese have taken a lead. Even as big a company as Toyota, today has to fight the Chinese for relevance in this space. So, however, whatever big our achievements go, we don't cross the AI revolution further. We don't adapt to it. We don't reinvent ourselves. We will not get it. That's the nature of challenge. And I told you that what 100 software engineers can do, maybe one or two can do with AI. So what is the young student to do? I think that is I'll come to the main challenge. First of all of you have to sign up for these tools and experience. The first business is to know what is there. Know what which tools can do. Maybe organize yourself into groups of 2 or 3. Build something. Take, for example, Narate app. Try to build it there. See if you can build it. You won't be able to completely finish it today, but in 6 months that may not be. You may be able to actually finish the entire app in 6 months. That's where it's sitting. That's why you should attempt all this. And second one, Zoho itself is invested in all of them, green energy, materials, drone solar, MRI machines. We have V-Titan, which is a medical equipment. Do you know why we are doing it? We are investing in motors. We are investing in therapy handle. This is what I call the transition from bits to atoms. Bits to atoms. You actually have a very good center where it's for nanotechnology and manipulating atoms at the nano level. And that is going to be important. That technology we have to master. It's important for Zoho. It's important for Puducherry to master those technology. And AI is going to come together with this. Some of these manipulation tools may use UI to do the AI to do this. Putting these together, that is where it's heading. Similarly, in medical technology, our medical companies are already starting to use AI. Why? The data has come from the medical equipment. You can analyze the data and give the doctor the result. Better. And AI is getting better and better. So in every field, you are going to see the impact of AI in the next 5 years. Lawyers, lot of AI can do the work of junior lawyer, junior accountant. You give it a company and say analyze all of the profit and loss, it can give you an excellent report. Perplexity already does it. That's a very, very good job. It may contain some inaccuracies, that's a problem. We are working on some technologies to address those. Those are the technologies we've been working for 15 years. We're trying to build AI with this technology. How to do exact job along with AI's understanding natural language. So AI does one part of the job. Our technology will do another part of the job. This is how we intend to stay right now. And the resulting technology, I believe, can do maybe at least 10 engineers to 1 ratio. 10 engineers to 10 engineers job, 1 AI assistant engineer can do, or even 2. That is also why create jobs to go into new business. We are investing in this, all of this. Now you see why I'm here. Sorry for this. I hope you get the full landscape of this. The medical technology, nanotechnology, now drones. We are heavily investing in all of these because we also see a world where the software will be critical for all of these. Software itself may not be the one thing. Software will be like air. Air is free. But without air, we cannot survive. Exactly the same way AI may make software into air and is there into everything. But those things, bits make us, the atoms make us money, not the bits themselves. So that is the world I'm saying. That's why we are investing. I call it the bits to atoms transition with a lot of intelligence in the atoms. It is already true that today the AI gives you so many pieces of advice. You know this. Very soon our TV will talk to us. Every one of these will cheaply talk to us. Some of AI has already reduced its models to very small that can run on the phone. So it can run on the TV. You tell the TV, record these for me and it correct me. You don't have to do anything with it. That is where it's ready. And similarly, you tell the car, take me here and you take, right? And stop on the way to buy something and you do that. Correctly stop there on the way, all of that. So this is where it is heading and we have to configure ourselves. So you are students, be aware of it. Second, youth have an advantage. Your minds are more flexible. The way I stay relevant is that is why one way to remain young is don't allow yourself to fall for prestige alone. There's no prestige. All of us said that because once I fall into prestige, I will not leave my person. Elon Musk has no prestige. Everybody in the company will call him Elon. It's the same thing with practice. There's nothing very special. The same idea. Even Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, knows. He misses Tesla is in some trouble because of BYD and other Chinese companies. Even for him, the Chinese person, because they move faster on EV. An industry invented, the Chinese move faster. In fact, we are hoping to do that to other companies where, even though they invented some of the AI, we hope to move faster. In 5-10 years, you will know whether we succeeded or not. Maybe we'll be talked about like BYD or maybe we'll be talked about like Tesla. We don't know. You will only know this in 5-10 years. So wish us luck, which I will say. But this pivot is important. That is why this bringing this talent to India is important. Keeping the talent already here is important. So I hope all of you, patriotic souls, listen to take my advice, work on this important project. We are here to help you. We are here to help you achieve your dreams. But be very good at what you do. Go very deep. deep into nanoscience, material science, deep into AI assisted development, then will be interesting. So that's all I have to say, and I wish you well. We really are here to stay in Kiri. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was an illuminating experience listening to your speech on where we are at the moment and where we are headed. It reminds me of a Charles Darwin quote where he said, "It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to change that survives." This applies to species, this applies to businesses, and this applies to students as well. So I hope our students will take away the importance of technology, of learning new technology for the success. We are also grateful that you have shown us that it is possible to run a profitable business while underscoring human values like humility by focusing on social development and environmental protection. So, thank you so much for your presence here today. As we now conclude today's program, I invite Professor K. Tarnikarasu, Director of Studies, Educational Innovation, and Rural Reconstruction, Pondicherry University, for the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, friends. So, gratitude is very important for in our life. So, it is to show our gratitude to our important people who have assembled here. First and foremost, our chief guest. So, who agreed to come here and talk among us. And also, we have to thank our honorable minister of Vista Home. Okay, sir. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Yeah, before we go for yes, yes.
At the request of many of the students who are present here, and as our chief guest has also consented to allow few interaction among the students, we would like to volunteer students who want to pose few questions to our chief guest today. Let us respect the time and try to keep it very precise and soon as possible.
Ask some very sharp questions. Just like our people in Zoho ask me very sharp questions, I expect you to ask sharp questions, okay?
Sir,
And I don't need any praise. You could call me Sridhar.
sir, I just wanted to ask you, how can ethical issues of using artificial intelligence like perplexity and all can be avoided, because especially in research context, sir?
So one of the problems today in using AI is it can plagiarize, it can give false citations, hallucinations, all of that. The problem is there today. But in the code realm, the way they are solving it is by feedback. It gives some code, we give feedback, the agent gives feedback that it works or not, tries again. So there is a loop, feedback loop. The same feedback loop they are trying to come up with and for other things. Every citation it gives, verify it. Every piece of text it gives, verify for plagiarism. Those tools are still not yet fully developed. In fact, we want to develop some of those tools. We are working on some technologies for it. Then combining AI with these, what we call static verification tools. That's the technology. How many of you are computer science students here? Okay. So you know compiler technology and static verification. Today's AI technology does not combine well with compiler technology, static verification. These two are on separate tracks. There is AI technology, there is compiler technology. In fact, both are one way foundationally similar. AI takes English, gives you code. Compilers take code and give you machine code. They are both taking one form of code, another form of code. In this case, AI takes English as code and gives you actual code. The problem with AI is not doing an exact job. But if we combine AI with compiler technology, we can make it do exact job. Many people have come to the conclusion. But I came to the conclusion 3-4 years ago, and I've been working on this for 20 years. The combination is what I think is going to solve the problems, which a lot of research labs around the world are working on it, including us. So it's a race right now, which is why I'm working hard, sleepless nights, all that, because it's a worldwide race right now. Thanks.
Good afternoon, sir. I have a question. Like today, we see many top AI engineers are hired by many big companies. Like last few weeks ago, Sam Altman also hired one engineer who created that Open Cloud bot. So it was they have hired him for billions of dollars. So what made it different? Like how this high impact AI engineers to shine, and what is the difference? What is their mindset and thinking which differentiate from us like regular developers?
So remember, 2 years ago, none of this technology existed. And so every one of you has the same opportunity as anyone in the world. Whether you are in Tokyo, whether in Zurich, whether you are in Tenkasi, wherever, same exact technology is available in your hands today. And so you can do this. But for that, what you have to do is the attitude of curious exploration. So that is what I encourage. In fact, I told in our team right now, just 2 days ago, a 20-year-old engineer from our Zoho schools, she fed AI something and she showed me some of the code, and even I was surprised. So she was able to get the AI to do something at 20, right? And I also saw a demo by one of the students in our Zoho schools in Tenkasi. He's only 17. He built some agent using the tools. So I've encouraged them to now do a lot more with it. I gave them as a student project for our Zoho school students. And these are from government schools in Tenkasi. 1 year ago, many of them were barely using a computer. Today, they are using Claude, Opus, and generating code, agents, all of it. So the tool is in front of you, use it. And explore, read about all this. You asked about the open cloud, right? Right? Don't install it on your very computer holding important data, because that can do some stupid things. Install it on a computer where nothing important happens. Play with it. It's like playing with fire a little bit in the lab. So you have to be protective, but play with it. You'll realize why those tools are good now, and you learn it. Then you will reach the same level. Okay.
Oh,
So thank you.
yes. Thank you, sir.
These tools are not yet perfect for anything other than code generation, because code generation has a compiler to give feedback. Combining the compiler is critical. That's not yet there in medical research or other research, but those advanced capabilities are coming. I actually believe those problems will be solved.
Good afternoon, sir. First of all, big fan. There's a direct question that on one hand, we are grappling to find ways of using AI and finding ways where we can actually use specifically students and all of us. But on the other hand, we can see LLMs have become too much commoditized, as in we have too many .ai extension websites all over doing a whole lot of things. So in the world where we are trying to find ways how to use AI, and on other side we have a commoditized world of AI LLMs. What is the way forward?
Yeah. Actually, it's a very good question. I tell you that it's actually good news for anybody who is not in AI directly, for AI to be commoditized. What I mean by that is, if you are not working in the cell phone industry, it is very good that cell phones become very cheap. Correct? Only those people in the industry have to worry about it becoming cheap. The rest of us, if food is cheap, are we complaining? If clothes are cheap, are we complaining? Same thing, AI is becoming cheaper. In fact, I predict that it's going to commoditize so much that intelligence will become a commodity that's freely available, nearly freely available, like a and voice recognition, all these problems. Even we have technology in Zia, and Sarvam has launched something recently. All this can be done from the phone. Your phone can understand what you say now easily, much better than 3-4 years ago. It's already true. And in the next 3-4 years, it will be widely available to everyone for nearly for free. Similarly, code generation, all that also will become free. So if you are not directly working in LLM or competing in that industry, is not a problem. You're only a user, use it for any other industry. So combine this for nanotechnology, combine this for medical technology. Use these tools to build a tool for researchers, doctors, accountants, lawyers. There could be value. So that's how I'll use the technology. So the assumption you should make increasingly is intelligence is a commodity, nearly going to be freely available for everything. Just like how Google search, see, one thing Google did was your concept of going to the library, checking a reference has disappeared. You just go and put it in Google, it gives you that. And you can download the PDF of the book, all of that now, read the paper, all of that. Now, when I was doing a PhD, there was no Google here. You had to go to the library, request the library, and all of that was true. Now it's all gone, right? Google became a library. AI is becoming the intelligence now. It's even doing a job, go do a research, it'll give you a good report. It can make mistakes. They themselves tell you, Gemini can make mistakes, ChatGPT can make mistakes. I think in the next 3-4 years, even that advice will disappear. It will not make so many mistakes. It will not make mistakes at all. That's the combination I talked about. It's happening. The economic impact of all of the rest of the industry, we actually don't fully understand right now. There is broadly two schools of thought. I'll tell you both. The optimist will say every new technology creates more jobs than it destroys in the end. Correct? Originally in 80s, people will say, those of us who are older remember, computerization will destroy all bank jobs. But computers created so many other jobs. Similarly, we know that when the smartphone arrived, traditional phone companies disappeared. Phones disappeared. But smartphone has created jobs like delivery, 10-minute delivery, Zepto, all of that, right? That was not there. So technology creates more jobs than it destroys, but it may create jobs elsewhere. For example, Zoho software engineer job may go away, but maybe Zoho in some other fields, if you are good, those jobs will take off. So that is how we have to adapt. That is the optimistic view. There is a pessimistic view also. And the reason pessimists are saying what they are saying is intelligence is not merely some technology. Intelligence is posing a challenge to the very idea of human being. In fact, today, mathematicians are finding that AI is doing mathematics as good as them, in many cases better. Advanced mathematical theorems, AI is helping to explore. Actually, you'll see news after news coming up to that. You ask Terence Tao, the Fields medalist. He has become a big fan of AI. He says AI is Fields medalist. He's probably one of the topmost mathematicians. I've met two of them. Manjul Bhargava is another Fields medalist. He's a heavy user of AI. Fields medalist. So mathematicians are using AI to discover new mathematical theorems. So AI is becoming that good, able to help the mathematician. In some cases, discovering, recently AI discovered a flaw in Terence Tao work. It found a small mistake Terence Tao made. We had to go fix it. He acknowledged it. In the post, AI helped find this mistake in a published paper. That level is good. The pessimist is arguing that anything human can do, AI will do better. Then what is the job for a human? Economic job, right? That is the pessimist. Now I will say, well, AI cannot give mother's love. AI cannot give spiritual counsel. AI cannot do all of the things that, for example, chess machines now, no chess champion in the world can win against the Egypt today. No Go champion can win against Go today. But we still conduct tournaments, right? For humans. We still celebrate world champion. So there are very, no, AI is not a being, AI is not life. People are arguing AI has achieved consciousness, but that's a different matter. But AI is not, no, the child is not going to want AI mother. The child wants a real mother, right? So mothers, teachers, nurses, I think those jobs will not go there. Farmers, nature. AI is not going to enjoy nature the way we can enjoy nature. Protecting forest, water, protecting water resources. That is our job. That's why the Center for Clean Energy, Sustainability, all the department. So I say nature, nurture, culture, spirituality, all of those are going to be the economic entrepreneur. So if AI is going to do everything economically we do better, I still think humans will stay relevant. We will reinvent society around. This is the job of philosophers. It is a job of political scientists. It is a job of political economists. All of it. But I am confident we will solve the problem. Because human beings will not go quietly. Human beings will again find things to do that are relevant. In fact, I live in a village. I tell you my daily life. I work very hard on AI technology. Then last week I went to a Teppakulam festival in my local temple. Very beautiful energy. Then I attended a Shivaratri, Mahashivratri. I was there in temples. Very good energy. These are the kinds of things AI cannot replace our normal life. When I go to the walk in the fields, AI cannot enjoy that for me. It's enjoyment. And that is very much a human thing, and those things will become, in a way, economically, politically important. Nature, nurture, sustainability, spirituality, culture. So many of us will learn whether Carnatic music, this or that, Bharatanatyam, all of that will be fun. In fact, I encourage some of our students to do a Carnatic music dance in our farm last week. 1 hour, we really enjoyed the performance. I don't want robot to dance for me. I want a human to do it. No? Even if robots could do this quote unquote better, as humans, we'll want a human to do it, right? And that is how I think the thing is spread. So I'm actually an optimist, even if it's true that AI can do everything human better. I think we'll still humans will retain primary. I am an optimist. But then the other optimists will say AI will create other jobs. Maybe the other jobs may be in culture, nature preservation, all of that, forestry jobs, water, pond restoration jobs. And we'll say temple priest. We won't say temple priest. We'll call them spiritual counselor. We won't say modern maker. We'll say cattle expert. That could be a good job. So that's why I think we ought to be an optimist. Thank you.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Here.
One last question.
Yes. Sir, it's an honor to ask you a question. Sir, recently you spoke about water conservation.
Yeah.
AI data centers require more water
Yes.
for its students. How will it manage in future if AI gets developed?
My personal belief is that if you combine AI with container technology intelligently, we can achieve 10 to 100-fold energy efficiency than today. They are building data centers under the assumption that intelligence requires a lot of energy, as in joules, kilowatt hours, units of energy. But I believe that if you combine these technologies intelligently, the static analysis with the AI, we can achieve maybe 10 to 100-fold reduction in energy. Then the problem will go away. This is an active area of research. I actually believe that this is going to be part of it. I actually believe much more energy efficient AI will have. That's what I say. And water efficient. Yeah. The water is used for cooling, by the way. The NVIDIA chip today, the latest NVIDIA chip, consumes 500 watts. The latest one, I think, 750 watts. Anandhan is a chip expert, so he knows more well. This small chip is consuming 500 to 750 watts. Try touching a 100-watt bulb, filament lamp, you'll see how hot it is. Then imagine 500 watts, 750 watts. It will fry it. That's why the water cooling, all that, that is where the water is going. To cool all the chips that is doing all the answering the questions for you. It will generate a question from AI that consumes so much energy. But can we do it with 1/10, with 50 watts? Can we do it with 5 watts? I believe it will be possible. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that quick interaction, sir. But really gives the sense of satisfaction to the students here. May I now request Professor Kavya Kansu to kindly resume back the formal role of time.
Yeah, respected the Honorable Home Minister, Home and Education Minister, CA Chayam. The Talapat MLA, Sri PML Kalyan Sundram, and the guest, chief guest, Dr. Sridhar Vembu, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor P. Prakash Babu, Director Culture, Professor P. Nagarajan, and Dr. Brinda of the Johor Corporation, and all the faculty members, deans, HODs, and my dear students, good afternoon. So it is my august duty to propose vote of thanks. First and foremost, I really thank our Honorable Home Minister, Home and Education Minister, Sri A. Namachayam, who visited Tenkasi and brought Dr. Sridhar Vembu to Pondicherry, and also brought to our university for MOU. Thank you very much, sir, for your visionary leadership and uh, giving a visionary leadership to our university as well as Pondicherry. And also, I thank our Palapat MLA, Sri PML Kalyan Sundaram, who helped us in many ways and also helped us to bring our Johor Corporation founder, chairman, and chief guest, Sridhar Vembu. Thank you very much, sir, for your support, continuous support of our university as well as the today's function. You take your time to attend this. And also, I thank our chief guest today, Sridhar Vembu. Is very, as you know, is very busy person, but I know that he is also fond of starting his business in the local chapters, rural chapters. And also today I could see, I thought that he is only in the artificial intelligence and the computer side, but he is also investing a lot of money on materials. So that brought Dr. Brinda here. And I think our green energy technology as well as the nanotechnology will benefit much out of this. Thank you, sir, for taking your time and visiting our students. And also, I thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor who accepted immediately and arranging this function in spite of his busy schedule and his continuous support as well as the visionary leadership which is giving us to us. And I thank our Director, Culture, so for his introduction to the chief guest, also his continuous support for our university. And I thank all the statutory officers so who helped us to make this happen, and all deans, HODs, faculty members, and my dear students. Thank you one and all for present here, and thank you for your support. Thank you.
I want to personally thank Professor Prakash Babu and our Honorable Minister for doing this in such short notice. Um, as I said, this is important for Puducherry. It's also equally important for Zoho because we are doing this bits to atoms. So that's where this is. Puducherry is going to play a vital role in our bits to atoms transformation. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We hope today marks the beginning of many more wonderful collaborations between industry and academia. And as we come to the close of this event, and before we sign off with our national anthem, I would also want to request all the deans, heads of the departments, center heads, and all the faculty members that in continuation to this special lecture program, we have a small collaboration ceremony with Pondicherry University and Zoho, which will happen in our EC hall, and we request you all to kindly join the event. Now, may I request all of you to rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नाम में जागे अशुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन घन सदा जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Jai Hind.